Hello again, it's your old friend Theta, the monotone messiah. I've been thinking quite a bit about a subject that I like to call technical aggression. What that means is aggression should be tempered by technical expertise and a certain sense of when it should be used and how. People often think that naked aggression is the solution to their problems, but more often than not, that's not true. And the opposite side of the coin, being passive, is also not a great option most of the time. So if you want to be effective in any competitive game, your best bet is to be technically aggressive. And rather than go through a gigantic video where I'm using stock footage, I'm going to walk through a play from a recent match with Dark Matter in Season 10. And that should do an adequate job of highlighting in real time what I mean when I say technical aggression. Let's start with the full speed version of that play from my perspective. As you can see from that footage, it was a 1v3, and I came out on top using a particular type of aggression. Now let's slow the video down, and I can explain what was happening in that clip. As I was coming around this corner, I heard somebody say -2. This gave me some information and informed everything else I did. First of all, it told me that my teammates were all gone. It was just going to be me. And additionally, the fact that callouts were coming out at all told me I was not dealing with one defender. Because if everybody else is dead, there's no reason to give callouts. So while all that was running through my head, the next piece of the technical knowledge that I needed came from the fact that in most cases people hang out behind that dumpster that I'm pointing at right now. I play that position sometimes and it's just common, so I put my reticle right on that position as I came around the corner, and as you'll see, somebody was there, and because I knew that was a common spot, it meant that the adjustment needed was minor. I only had to move my reticle a tiny bit to put it right on the defender and kill him. This is where things start to get a little on the spicy side. First of all, I had heard callouts come from the center left of the objective area right as I had finished that first defender I encountered. This told me that there was at least 2 people, and as far as I could tell, that was the exact count. So 2 defenders left on the objective. Additionally, because of that position and my experience with this, my estimate was that there was a person watching the south and a person watching the north or horseshoe area. The reason this is a bit on the spicy side, and in fact I don't recommend this particular play too often, is most games at this level, if you see a 1 versus multiple opponents, the tendency is to play conservatively, so go slow and try to pick people off. And because these are high-level players, you can play against that expectation by being unexpectedly aggressive. And as you'll see, I pop out, I shoot that defender, and because I have full visibility on that side, I pretty much knew where that last defender was going to be, but the shock value of rushing out and shooting that defender gave me the opening I needed to reposition and clutch the round. If you watch the full speed version again, you can hear that defender say, "What?" because it's clear that that push was not expected. Once that defender goes down, my prerogative is to check this corner and start pre-firing, because in my mind, unless they are just completely tucked away on that left side, which is a possibility, then the highest probability situation is they're going to be on the right, either coming from that north alleyway or somewhere near the horseshoe / directly on objective. And as a result, I figured the smart bet is to watch that corner and pre-fire it, because if they are over there, then I need to be able to catch them before they can catch me with a peek. And that's exactly what happens. This play, in my mind, illustrates the importance of knowledge in a game like Onward, and this is true for many other types of games, not just Onward. If you're going to be aggressive, that's fine. Your end goal, as I've spoken about many times, particularly in Don't Just Survive and other videos like Playing for Blood, your point in playing should not be to react to your opponents, it should be to make them react to you, and that requires offensive, aggressive actions. But blind aggression is not particularly useful and will more often than not result in a loss. The other side of the coin, as I mentioned before, just complete passivity, is also not an option. If you find yourself moving slowly and reacting, playing defensively on a regular basis, there's something wrong with your game. And this is really what makes games like Onward hard, is you have to figure out that balance. You have to be aggressive, but you have to do it in a way that won't just generate loss after loss. Because the truth is, aggression can really backfire. If you are not smart about being aggressive, you will be a consistent loser. That much I can pretty much guarantee you. So don't play like that. Spend the time, think things through, and be smart about your aggression.